Matchup. This is an excellent matchup. They stack up against each other, experience, height-wise, weight-wise. I think it's a perfect match. And I think this one will be no different than any match we've seen so far in the last couple of weeks here with the NWF. It's going to be action-packed, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
You know, I want to say one thing about Brian Blair. There's a lot of different types of wrestlers, and Paul Orndorff is the same way. They're what you call a bell-to-bell wrestler. They come into the ring, they forget about the music, they forget about everything else. Once you get into the ring, it's wrestling. It's which is the better man, and that's what these two guys are concerned with. And I'll tell you what, Brian Blair has a lot of pride, and that's the one thing that goes for him. Yeah. It's an advantage to him to have the kind of pride he does, because I've never seen anybody in my life that hates to lose any more than Brian Blair.
You know, let me ask you a question, Tuxedo Terry Funk. When you watch boxing, sometimes they'll tell you what the keys to victory are for each fighter to win. What about in wrestling? Two guys that are evenly matched up like these two, is there such a thing as a key to victory?
There certainly is for Greg the Hammer Valentine in this particular match. And what he will be doing, he'll be trying to go for that figure-4 leg lock. He'll be trying to put him into that submission. And that's what he really, really wants to do. I think Brian has got a little bit of a weight disadvantage and possibly a size disadvantage against Valentine. But I think that you'll see Brian go for a more spectacular maneuver, try to get him in a pinning position, try to get that 3 count. I think that that'll be his strategy in the ring. It's also that, hey, both men are trying each other out right now. They come into a referee's position. They're kind of checking each other out. Nice sit-out by Greg Valentine. Comes in underneath of him, finally hooks a leg, trying to make a reversal. Brian's right in there behind him. Can't quite get that advantage. But you see, that's where that power comes in Greg the Hammer's favor, because he was able to push him into the rope before Brian could get in behind him into the
you know, I get the impression, looking at the Hammer, he kind of gives you that bullish impression, like he'll use his strength to manipulate his opponent into a position. As you mentioned, the figure-4 leg lock, I would have to think that coming into the match, Brian Blair knows that that's what the Hammer is going to be going for, so he'll probably do whatever it takes in his power to avoid being in the position where the figure-4 leg lock could come into play.
Now, this is going to sound silly, but you see that right there? People say, Greg Valentine is a methodic wrestler. Methodic is what they say. In other words, that he just moves, very deliberate moves. But did you see the quickness that he went for that drop toe hold on Brian Blair right there? Both of them, Brian Blair trying to pull that leg into him to try to get into a riding position again.
Yeah, he's going to have to break
Let's
the
see if we
right
get a clean break right here.
I say we don't.
I'll bet we do. We'll get a clean
You've won every other bet so far.
We're going to get a clean one here, because I'll tell you what, Brian's trying to push away from him. No.
Now, look at what... I don't know. They still got to break it now. Rocky Johnson's going to get him. This might be a bad move on Rocky Johnson. No clean break.
That was a legal forearm there, and a heavy chop. Chops are legal, ladies and gentlemen. And that one was pretty darn near right across the throat right there. Flying elbow, which is legal. Side kick, which is legal. Now, there you go. There you see it. Brian's coming forth with the punches. And I'll tell you, the referee should be on him a little bit more right there, because that's the first illegal moves that have been made so far in this match. That's kind of unusual. They were made by Brian Blair. Yeah. I know that his temper kind of got away from him there for just a second.
Well, I think he might have flipped the switch of intensity just a little bit higher, taking it to one more level. He sees what the Hammer is doing to him, and I guess he wants to get kind of on an even keel with him.
Coming forth with those big chops.
Yes, they are. Look at the Hammer. The baby bull.
Right to the back of the neck. Another one to the blow to the back of the neck. Let me tell you something. That jars you. I'd rather get hit in the front of the head any day of the week than the back of the neck. A reverse backbreaker to the abdomen. 2 count. Almost a 3 count.
Almost a 3 count with Brian Blair. Gets out of that one. Hammer's going to try it again. 1, 2. No, he's got his shoulder up. He's got his right shoulder up.
Trying to force both shoulders to the mat. Drives the knee into Blair's stomach. Pulls him back over. Goes into the cover again. Trying to force him down again. Blair's able to manage to get one of those shoulders up. Blair's a very supple wrestler. If you watch him, look at it. He's almost contorted right there whenever he gets his back up and shoulder up off that mat. See a 2 count.
Yeah, you know what's good? Watching Brian Blair, he's got enough wits about him to know when the referee gets to a 2 count to lift up. Even though it appears the Hammer is in control right now, Brian Blair, he knows where he's at right now. He's in a little trouble, but he's still got it all together upstairs, and that's where it counts.
If you take a good look at Greg Valentine right now, you see where he scissored Blair's leg. It just makes him a little bit more immobile than what he would be otherwise.
He's using leverage. Oh! That was a good move by Brian Blair. That's going to, I think the word is incapacitate the hammer for a minute.
There came a clothesline by Brian Blair. Brian Blair's got the advantage right now, and Valentine smartly is begging off at this particular time, but he's not going to have any of it. We're having an exchange right now. Small package by Blair. This might be a 2. Valentine reversed it. Hanging on to it. Another 2 count the other way. Both of them. Oh, did you see how fast Blair got up in?
This is aggressive wrestling. These two guys are really getting after it right now.
A leg trip into a Japanese arm bar. Believe me, that puts a pressure on your arm right there on the back of the elbow. If you look how that joint is turned around, reverses it into a hammer lock. Nice maneuver by Brian Blair here. Into a knee drop into the crook of that elbow.
Now he's given the hammer back some of what the hammer gave to Brian Blair just a little while ago.
You know, I mentioned earlier while Paul Orndorff was in there wrestling, you know, I'm just getting a little old for this stuff because, believe me, it takes its toll after the years. I know for a fact.
Now, you know,
it's hard for me to get up in the morning.
You talked about getting old, but I tell you what now, when Buddy Landell came over and talked to you a while back, I kind of thought you were thinking about getting up there and maybe showing him a thing or two. And
no. I was getting ready to get up and run out the front door.
Now, you will never make me believe that. Never, ever, ever make me believe that. I bet you could show him a thing or two.
We've got a great match going here. Valentine dropping that knee in the small of the back. Here goes a version of the Indian Deathlock right here. Let's see if he drops back on it now. You talk about severe pressure to your knee and ankle area. I don't believe that if he falls back, that's going to come close to breaking that ankle. That's a lot of pain and a lot of pressure being put on those legs of Brian Blair right now.
Now, do you think Brian
Blair?
I know what you meant.
Blair.
Now, will he give in submission with this, or you think he'll just take whatever pain it is and try to get out of it?
Well, I'd be headed for the ropes right now.
Yeah, I think that's what he's got in mind.
Again, is try to get out of it is about all you can do, unless you can reach back around and try to face cross Valentine, because you really can't do anything. All you can reach back is so far with your arms. If Valentine makes the mistake of easing back there a little bit further, Blair can go ahead and possibly get a hold of him. Valentine's using the ropes to his advantage. That wasn't very smart, because right now he has to let Blair back up, and Blair's in a lot of pain.
Yes, he is. He is
a lot of pressure.
Visibly in pain.
Right, and let me tell you, that'll take a knee out right away with that. Right to the back of the leg. He knows exactly what to go for. I don't think that this match is going to be going much longer.
Yes, he does.
Although I'll tell you, Brian Blair is a surprising individual. Nice forearm by Valentine. Back kick by Blair.
Oh, I heard that from way across the ring.
Smart maneuver on his part. He's got his leg across that rope. That referee's trying to break it. Let's see if he goes for a count here. Blair forcing him back, catches him with a right, catches him with another right, and another right. Let's see if he can drive him away, and a third right.
They're trading rocks right now, back and forth, between two big, powerful guys. Valentine with a rake to the eyes of Brian Blair.
Whip into the turnbuckle.
Blair was lucky to get out of that one, because the hammer was coming in with all his weight behind him.
Brian Blair pulling him across the top rope. Let's see if he snaps that off that top rope. He did. Valentine's down. Blair's back in the ring, trying to get on top of him. Kicking that arm. Trying to deliver some of that same grueling punishment that he's taken in the past. And I'll tell you what, he doesn't quite have the strength left in that left knee that he had before.
You know, watching the hammer, he's still focused. Now, he knows that Blair is in trouble with that right knee.
Reverse roll-up for a 2 count.
The hammer. He knows that Brian Blair is still in a little pain with that knee, and he's still going to work on it.
Looks like a vertical suplex. Let's see what happens here. He's going for it right now. Blair blocks it with that outside leg. Let's see if he can reverse it. That's a lot of weight to be picking up on that knee, but he did it.
He did it. You're right, he did it. Now Brian Blair into the pin, 1-2. The Hammer gets out of it with a 2 count.
Both these men have been going for a long time at a hot and heavy pace. Valentine brings his knees up. Blair's in pain again.
Both of these guys down on the mat right now, and both in some pain.
Oh.
Greg the Hammer Valentine. I wonder how he got that name, the Hammer.
I think I know by just hammering on people and just keeping on coming forward. He doesn't take no for an answer. He doesn't.
Now I think.
Uh-oh, there it is. There's that figure 4. He's going to get it on him. If he gets this is it on Blair. The condition of his knee is already bad. This is going to be it.
I think he's got
This is it. This is it. This is the match.
Hammer knows that he's going in for the kill. Blair, that's just an indication of how tough Brian Blair is. He doesn't want to give up.
Turn out the lights. The party's over.
You know you're telling my friend Dandy Don Meredith. Turn out the lights. The party's over. That's another Texan, huh?
Yeah, I'm not quite as dandy as Don, but this is going to be the end of it. This is it right here. I can't believe it. Blair's still in that thing. He's still in that figure 4 leg lock. I don't know how he's standing the pain. I don't know how he's standing the pressure right now. He's just not going to give up.
This is one tough customer right here, Brian Blair. He's taking everything the Hammer can put on him.
Brian's trying to reverse it. If he can turn over on Greg Valentine, it'll reverse that pressure and put it on Valentine's knee joint itself. And it looks like he's got it. He's got it on Valentine now. He reversed it. Valentine's feeling the pain. Both men are rolling for the ropes. Valentine's is using the ropes to his advantage.
He's got to break the hole right now. Rocky Johnson's calling for a break, but I tell you, it will really amaze me if Brian Blair can come back and turn this one around. But that Hammer's done a great job on it.
I don't believe that he can take any more punishment. Valentine's going right in there, forgetting small pocket. Who wants to stop at 1, 2, and
2 count.
Oh, 2.5. He almost had it. Brian Blair almost upset him. Whoa. Vicious chop. He's going to go for it again. He keeps on continuing to go for it. No, he's draping that leg over the top rope. I don't know how much more Brian can take. Nice maneuver.
Nice maneuver. Blair was lucky to be able to get out of that. But they're both. These guys have been at a torrid pace. I don't know how much longer they can keep it up. But Brian Blair digging down, coming up with a little extra, and he is taking it to the Hammer. That was 3 shots.
Oh!
Brian Blair out of the ring. The Hammer managed to get him out of the ring.
Whipped him out of the ring and onto the floor. Brian's down on the floor. Hammer's in the ring. Brian's pulling himself back up. Can Brian even get back up on that leg?
I don't know, Tuxedo.
I'll tell you what, this has been going on for a good 20 minutes.
Yes, it has.
Here he comes right by us. I don't want him by me. Hey, he's got a chair. What's he going to do with that chair? What's he going to do with that? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. Right into the back of the knee. I'm telling you, his knee's out of it. He did that on purpose. He's just trying to take him out of wrestling right now.
Well, you're right.
The referee called for a disqualification. Somebody ring the bell. Ring the bell. Referee called for a disqualification. Valentine goes at him with a chair. He's going back to Brian Blair right now. Drives it into his hip this time. Somebody get him out of there. He rang the bell. He's been disqualified. Somebody get him out of there. Referee, get him out of there. Somebody come out.
Somebody's got to come
I'm going to take off my coat.
Go ahead. I want to see you in action.
Somebody needs to do something. Get somebody out here. Come on, Valentine. That's enough. That's enough, Valentine.
He's trying to take him out of wrestling, just like you said.
That's enough, Valentine. Keep him out of there. He just stays on top of the man. Somebody break this thing up.
Here comes Chris Adams.
Here comes Chris Adams.
Coming to his rescue.
He's nailing Valentine. They're towing it. Right. Valentine's taking the worst end of this. Chris Adams hitting him again and again. Brian Blair's in the ring. He's gone.
Here comes Eli the Eliminator.
Oh, here comes the Eliminator in from behind. He's on top of
Eli the Eliminator.
We've got a Donnybrook here.
This is
We've
a
got a
battle
2-on-1. Whoa! Down went the referee.
Rocky Johnson's been knocked out in this fight.
They're enjoying punching him down.
Valentine, both on Chris Allen. Brian Blair is almost helpless right now. He is in definite pain right now. And here comes Mr. Wonderful.
Hey, there he is. Mr. Wonderful's in the ring right now. A rapid series of right. Another right to Eli. Brian can't get up off his feet, but he's got a fighting heart. He's trying. He's going to crawl like a snake. Eli's back in there. They're on top of Orndorff now. They're doubling up on Orndorff. They're wiping everybody out. These two wrestlers are. Heavy chop. Heavy chop. Brian Blair's in pain. The referee's trying to help him. Out goes Paul Orndorff. Orndorff is on the floor. Eli's in the ring. Both men are on top of him. They're back on his legs. Somebody get him out of it. Get him out.
Out of the ring.
Get him out. Oh, here they come in with the chairs. Here they come in with the chairs. There they go out of the ring. You rot. They deserve it. Get them out of here. Oh, man, you talk about action, and you talk about somebody that's hurt. Yes, sir, we understand it was a disqualification on that part. Let's see how Brian Blair is now. Let's see how Blair is. Oh,
man. He's going to need some help to get out of the ring.
He's going to need some help. Brian, I know it is. I know it. We're going to need a doctor out here. We're going to need a doctor.
Terry Funk,
is there a doctor in the house?
We've got to go to
We're going to the break. We're going to a break. Brian, you're going to be okay.
We'll be back. We'll be back with
you going to be all right,
NWO
Brian?
Action right after this.
Oh, man.